All right, guys, welcome to the stream. Just wanted to quickly update you all with some crazy, insane stuff that I believe that you guys need to be prepared for, because it is very important that you understand that this London hard fork, what we can actually expect of this, right? So the key here is we're having an upgrade tomorrow. As you can see, this is approximation. This is just an approximate time. The block that we're going to be having it is this particular block. So this is more accurate than this time. The date is accurate as well, not a problem. But this block, basically, that's when we're going to have this situation. So what we're looking for here is that we can see that so far how many people have prepared. So out of the 100%, we can see how many people are ready, and so far we can see 71% of the nodes are actually ready, which is pretty insane to see. I mean, if everybody knows that there should be we've got an upgrade, they should be ready, but clearly this 29% are not ready, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm just looking at it, and remember I mentioned this the other day as well regarding somebody who asked what happens if the London hard fork goes on. So what I want to do, a realistic fundamental, right? I'm like, what fundamental? Crypto's crypto. What there's no fundamental to talk about, right? But on this particular one, I do want to talk about fundamentals, right? Fundamentals regarding the London Ethereum hard fork. Okay, so let's start off with this, right? Very simple. Number one fact you have to understand is before Ethereum went into, like right now, it's not even proof of work. It's still, it's not, what do you call this? Proof of stake. It's still not proof of stake. Proof of stake, right, will be when the ETH 2.0 launches. This is just a hard fork to reduce the fees, right? So you know the EIP 1559 we've been talking about. This is the EIP 1559, guys. So please do understand, this is the EIP 1559. Right, this is not the thing that you'd be thinking like, okay, this is where we have ETH 2.0. No, this is not ETH 2.0. There's a long way for ETH 2.0. So we are still in proof of work. A lot of miners here, all they have to do is change their algorithms to match with this particular algorithm. That's all it is, right? So all the miners here are going to be still using a lot of equipment. Okay, a lot of equipment, but this does start preparation for the next upgrade, right? Technically, this is one of the biggest thing Ethereum has done up to date, right? This is going to be the biggest update ever they have done compared to the previous one they did, but that was because of a hack. When they did, we had a chain split, right? I'm going to talk more about this chain split as well, and these are some serious stuff that you have to understand. So what happened was previously we had a situation where Ethereum got hacked, and then they had to do a hard fork to change everything, and when they did, we had a split, and that split gave us ETC, which is Ethereum Classic, the original Ethereum, and then it gave us this particular Ethereum, right? So that's what we had, and on this particular hard fork we could see the same thing. Now what I'm trying to explain to you, understand, so you see this majority here, this 71% here, and this 29%, we could easily see two different chains. We could see another version of Ethereum just because of this. And if this carries on, because they're still mining now, if they're mining on the older algorithm, there will be an existing Ethereum and there will be a new Ethereum. Okay, if everybody did 100%, then we would see one specific coin. We wouldn't see two coins. So please do understand this. So this is a critical situation for us where we might actually end up seeing two different coins. But the question is how do you act on this, right? Now, there is still a deadline for a lot of exchanges. So what I'm going to recommend, go to your exchange where you have your coin. I know a lot of you guys have it on the exchange. Please go to your exchanges and double check if your exchange is going to support the second coin and if they're going to give you the second coin, because if not, then you're going to lose out. Now, people who have coins stored, who are longer time hodlers and everything, and who have coins stored on their own cold wallets or offline, off chain, or out of the exchange, they will actually be able to claim these secondary tokens if there is one, by the way. So we're not confirmed yet. I mean, we still have, as you can see, we have 23 hours and 23 minutes remaining for these blocks to confirm. If we do, and this is updating live, by the way, as you can see, this is live, right? It literally updates every second. So if this becomes all green, then we should be okay. But if not, then we've got a chance of having two different coins. So that means we'll have Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, and another, God knows what they're going to call it. They probably call it as something. But the point is we're about to have we could have this critical situation. And if this does, what this whole video is about is I don't want you guys to lose out. So go to your exchanges right now, go and see when is the deadline for them to stop your withdrawal and everything. Go and find out if they are giving you the coin, if there is one. Now, I just done a quick Google search because I don't really have anything on the exchanges, so I'm not that fussed, because for me it's either in the cold wallet or it's in ETH 2.0 locked up already. So I'm not, for me this doesn't concern me, but I know a lot of the guys it will concern you. And what I want you to understand is this particular, so for example, I went to Binance and I read this, and regarding the upcoming, but they've been quite good. What they've said, the two likely scenarios occur when Ethereum London mainnet activates, right? A new token will be created, and if it does, then what they said we will definitely be giving it back. And they said that they will definitely stop, so approximately Binance will suspend borrowing, so they've suspended borrowing already. And yeah, so they blocked borrowing already, and a few other tokens are going to be stopping, so people cannot move them. But if you do get a second coin, they will give you a 1-to-1 coin based on that. So that's a good thing to see an exchange come out and say, guys, look, if there is a split and if we do have two different coins, we are going to give you both the coins. Don't worry about it. As long as the coin survives, we will give it to you. If it doesn't survive, however, you won't get it. Now, from looking at this, I've got a hard feeling that we might have this situation. Now, when we have a situation like this, there's one other scenario that I want to warn you about that does happen. These guys are ETH balls. Think about it this way. They are supporting the network, right? So these are the guys who are supporting the network. These are the guys who are not happy with the upgrade. They just want to stay on the proof of work, and they continue. So they're going to be the reason why we have the second coin. Now, what will happen is these guys will also get this second coin. And if they do, they're going to dump it. That's what's going to happen. These guys will dump this second coin, which could lead to the whole market actually having a reaction to this. So currently, everything looks very bullish. Obviously, last minute, we're going to see a lot of Ethereum moving, a lot of, like, already, if last few days ago, remember I was talking about $500 million worth of Ethereum moving. Well, we know why they're moving, because they're just moving from wallet to wallet, which means people were taking them and putting them into either cold storage or wallets, they can claim this second coin, because it's free money, right? If you're getting some free coin, it's free money. And normally when it does launch, the value would be pretty much the same. It's just another chain. It just continues. So please beware that these guys will dump these guys' coins, right? We are going to see, most probability, looking at this ratio right now, there's a massive probability we are going to see a second Ethereum coin. We don't know what it's going to be called. We don't know who's going to continue to take this on board, right? Because, for example, you got TurboGeth, whoever they are, bar 100% not ready. Look at this, 100%, 100%, 100%. So we've got these three here, 100%. So these three will take this coin and move forward with it. So these are critical stuff you have to understand. They do not want to be part of this London hard fork. Do you see what I mean? So this is the situation we're going to have. And that means that these guys are hating on these guys, and we're going to end up having a massive dump on this coin, and which will overall react with the market. So please beware. And as I said, if you are, and if you're a hodler, then you should be fine. I mean, ultimately, even if we do get two coins, then it's free money, as I said, right? So, I'm going to be a hodler. So for me, as I said, it doesn't bother me, because I'm either in the cold or for me, the rest of it is already locked up anyway. So it doesn't matter. If I do get it, then I'll claim it later on and do something if this survives. If it doesn't really bother me right now. So this is just for people who are on exchanges, guys. So please find out from your exchange. If you're on Binance, then of course you're in good luck. If not, then and other exchanges find it. There are hundreds out there. There's 390 exchanges, so I won't be able to go through all of them to find out who's doing it, who's not. But I just hope that whatever your favorite exchange is, go out there. If need be, send a customer message out, find it. And if not, then my advice is find out, you might want to just move it off to your cold storage and just keep it there and see where you go from there, right? Subtitles to the live stream. Actually, bro, you can't do subtitles. Subtitles is something you have to do when you edit. So after once I edit the video, then I can add subtitles. And normally people that do subtitles are actually uploading the script. So I don't do anything scripted. So for me to sit down and actually write the subtitle would be a mission. So I hope you understand. Subtitles are always from scripts. It's if you go and see how it's done, it's unbelievable. So we have to upload what we're going to say. But there is an auto subtitle that does work. And it comes on automatically after we upload, and that's generated by YouTube. I think it's just something to do with voice recognition. So they basically activated themselves. But if we upload a subtitle in any language, it's literally the script converted. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do that, and there is no option on the thing. I think there is an option if you look on your YouTube settings, not settings like where the options are, the 3 dots are. I think there's a section where you can put captions and watch the captions, but unfortunately, from what I can see, there's no live captions here, unfortunately. So I won't be really able to help you on that, bro. So I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm hoping you've understood what I'm trying to say here. So we have a massive chance of having 2 chains from this hard fork, number 1, right? Number 2, you have to find out from your exchange if they will give you the second coin, right? Because I know a lot of people, every time we have these kind of big hard forks, a lot of people lose out from those secondary free coins, right? So please do find out. And if you do have it in a cold storage, then you should be fine. You should be able to claim them and then just dump them, sell them, whatever, get some free money out of that. Because the same thing happened when BCH, Bitcoin Cash, came out. It's not, people didn't really need to support it. Anybody who had it in their cold storage ended up getting all these free Bitcoin Cash, and that's how they dumped it. So that's what's going to happen. People who support this chain will end up dumping this chain, right? This one's going to be always the weaker chain. Of course, we can see this already, right? But these guys will be dumping these coins because they want to support this, right? And this is the one that has ETH 2.0 built into it, right? So this is the one working towards ETH 2.0. And these guys, if they want to stay on proof of work, then that's what's going to happen. Now, also, I want to keep you 10 steps ahead right now by talking about one of the potential situations that is going to be coming, and I'll keep you updated on this particular one later on. So this is a hard fork. The rest of the forks we're going to have are going to be soft forks, right? So it's going to be very minor upgrades to the system up to ETH 2.0. Now, what happens? ETH 3.0 will become a proof of stake network. Right now, it's proof of work. So what's going to happen is these majority of these guys. So even though right now everything's all happy, jolly, everyone's good, right, about these, there's a bigger situation with these. They are the majority of the miners who have hardware devices to mine Ethereum. So when we move from proof of work to proof of stake, we have another situation where these guys will be selling their equipment. They will be selling their equipment. Right? So of course, selling the equipment on an open market doesn't really cause any issues to Ethereum itself. But if they are the majority miners, well, we can only assume one thing, is they have the majority holding of Ethereum. So these are definitely mining whales. So of course, they're going to lock it up or do whatever they need to do, which is bullish for us, right? So it's a bullish in a way, but in other ways, it's not that bullish. So we are going to be expecting a lot of movement. If they haven't already locked up, they should be doing it already. And ultimately, I think everybody should just embrace their proof of stake for now. And see where we go from there. So this is the update, guys. It's just very, very important that you understand that we could potentially see a massive dump, right? Especially if the chain splits, right? And these guys could be dumping these guys, and these guys could be dumping this guy. There's going to be a little Ethereum war, right, amongst themselves. It's going to be an Ethereum war. So please do go find out from your own, from your exchange, whichever one you deal with, what's going on. Now, let's go into the charts for today. Actually, I didn't do the market cap. Let me have a look at the coin market cap. Let's go to coin market cap. Let's get the dark mode. I hate white mode. Coin market cap today, market down 4%. Market cap is at 1.5. It's okay, it's not that bad. I mean, these are some of the stuff that we could expect, right? Ultimately, you know, all these movements that are coming right now, we can see like Ethereum is just pumping. BTC is also pumping a little bit, not too much, but Ethereum is definitely pumping because of this news about tomorrow. And it's a usual thing, we see this all the time, is like leading up to, right? But there's a good news on this, and I want to show you this good news. I've been, so this, you can see I'm using a different browser, because I've actually I'm using my other account, so not using this account. Where is it? Let me just see if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me see, where did I put it? One second, guys. Let me see if I can find it for you. I believe I have it here somewhere. Ah, interesting. For some reason, I've got it here. Interesting. Let's open this. Sorry. My bad. I know exactly what I did. Right, there it is, right? So this is my usual chart that I use, but I'm not going to be using this specific chart today. What I'm going to be doing is actually using a slightly different chart. So this is a different browser altogether with my different charts. And I'm going to show you this anyway, because there's a lot going on, right? And this is why I wanted to just kind of show you what's going on. So when we look at this has got my oldest data, and I'll bring this chart back up at some point, you know, but we're more concerned with Ethereum, and also this is just bugging out from me. Leave it. We're just going to go on this one because it's bugging out a little bit on me. I did an update and I think I messed up a few bits and bobs, right? Anyway, let's go into this and have a look and see what's going on, right? So Ethereum right now, right, and this is what I've done, right? So I've taken the line chart, just kind of wanted to take the noise out, forget the noise, and I've activated the VPVR, right? So I want to know the volume profile and see what's going on, right? On the VPVR, we have something called the POC, which is the point of control. So this particular line is showing the point of control, and we can see that the amount of traffic we have around these areas. So these are battle zones, these are battlefields. So if we were to see what's going on right now, right, you can see that, you know, Ethereum is just pumping and breaking above this. And also, if you look at this particular white line here, this is a trend line, and we just peaked above the trend line as well, which is fairly awesome in my opinion, right? So let me activate this for you. Let me know, not this one, sorry, my bad. Candles. So you can see we just peaked above this white line. Let me make this larger as well. So we just peaked above this white line, right, which is quite cool, and we've just hit that Fibonacci. So the market is in reversal, but that's because Ethereum right now is leading charge, right? Ethereum right now is leading the whole charge and moving up with the market. And this is where I was talking about, remember the other day I was talking about how altcoins are dominating and moving the market, right? This is what's going on here. But let's just focus on the VPVR. Right, so we can see bears were in total control, right, from this particular area here. So when you look at this zone here, so let me just draw it for you. So when we're looking from this particular zone all the way down here, pretty much the bears have been in control, okay, and the bulls have just been basically trying to keep, you know, doing what they do, but bears are mostly in control, right? This is where it's a control zone. But as you can see, as we onto these upper lines, right? So these are the control zones. Majority, you can see this line comes up to here. Majority, in fact, I can show it to you this way. Can you see this? How these lines come up to here, right? So this is without the chart itself. You can see, right? So this is where we have all the control. And what we want to do is basically break above these levels and go into this particular zone. Coincidentally, this is not far from our 1618. This zone here is like, you know, remember the other day I said thin air? Well, this 3K level here, from this point onwards, we can shoot up. So what I'm assuming, right, there's two scenarios I'm assuming. One, we have a massive dump, right? Let me get a drawing tool for you. Let me get a drawing tool. I put it. This is what I hate sometimes. Interesting. There you are. Right. So here, what I'm trying to show you is one of the scenarios we can have is pump, 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 right? And the size is small. I don't even know if you could see this. All right, let's make this bigger for you. Right, let's make this bigger for you. I just looked at it. I was like, wow. Okay, sorry, the size is too small. Right. Okay. So let's go back in here. Right. So what we've got, we have one scenario which could pump us straight up to here within the next few hours. We can actually do this within 24 hours. It's not actually that far. We can do this within 24 hours. Or the other scenario we can see is we're going to have a dump coming into here tomorrow. As soon as it launches, we'll have a dump up to here. If we can hold this line, we're okay. If not, sadly, we can come back to the bottom here, which is the $1,700, 1,786. We could actually come back to this level. So I'm kind of worried because of that. As long as we stay above this 1786, right, on the worst case scenario, it's not actually much of an issue because that will still give us a better low like than what we had here. So still be technically a higher low. But that is a worst case scenario you could expect, right? If we did have a dump, it could bring us all the way down here. So please be wary of that. However, on the best case scenario, if nobody dumps and we don't have a situation, then we could easily go up here and then come back and test this. If we test this, then and we have another rebound of this, then I'm a happy person, right? Then I know that basically that 3K is nothing. And as you can see, once we hit that 3K line, right? Nothing. There's no traffic here. There's absolutely zero traffic here. We can just shoot right through and go back to the all-time high, and that's what we want, right? So we want this to be more bullish, this particular update, but you do have to be warned that the bearish scenario does still exist, right? You need to understand the bearish scenario does still exist. So please do understand. So far so good. Everything looks very good here. Ethereum USD, but there's more stuff here I want to show you. So this is Ethereum BTC and BTC Ethereum BTC. You can see who's leading, right? So again, let me get the candles for you just to kind of show you what's going on and take these drawings off for just for a second. What you can see here is actually I need the drawing. My bad. Let me take this off for you. Right. So what you can see here is basically we had this trend line here, and again we just broke that trend line. We just broke that trend line. So now that we've broken that trend line, I want basically, so as you can see, this is a triangle. So I took this particular level here and I said, right, what's the breakout point? How high can we go? On the breakout point, we've got two levels that we're going to target. So number one target, if we did have a Ethereum dominance over BTC higher, we can expect to come to this level, which would give us a 0.07 price for a BTC, right, for an Ethereum. Ethereum against BTC, or and when we basically come here and then we can bounce and we can actually even try these levels here, right? So I mean, especially this level here, this 0.8 level, which is brilliant, right? So we could actually even expect to see something like this. So that's what we're looking out for right now. So there are two scenarios, as I said. One, we could go all the way down to 1700. That is the worst case scenario if we have a fight regarding this situation here. If we have a coin dump and the coins are not split properly and everyone's not managing it properly, we are going to see a dump, and that dump could bring us, that dump could bring us down, all right? So here, it could bring us down all the way to the $1,786 level, right? If everybody agrees, and by tomorrow, within 24 hours, so we've got 23 hours and 3 minutes remaining, 23 hours. If they agree and more nodes come online, then we can see a pump taking us to that 3K level. And as you can see, this is a beautiful, beautiful area. This particular zone here, this 3049 is one of the best zones I've seen so far, because there's absolutely nothing there. Just fly through, just shoot through. There's absolutely nothing there. Right, you can see also what I did with the Fibonacci's as well. I've put the Fibonacci 1618, 2618, which is the double of this and then triple of this. And just looking at this, if we can break these levels, then 3 times that is 4,750, which would technically give us a new all-time high. Right, so we are looking at good results here on the best case scenario. On the worst case scenario, nothing much actually. This would just be a correction and then we'll carry on. Another thing to talk about correction is if we're looking at the daily, as you can see, this is a daily. One other thing to mention here is we had a streak here, which was the longest in Ethereum's history. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13 day. So we've got a 13-day streak here where we had bullish candles. If we did have a few days of red, absolutely normal, guys, absolutely normal. I mean, I could see even if we came down and supported here, this would be very bullish, right? This would be very bullish. And for a short term, if we did come back to here, it will be bearish, but it's just basically people are just battling it out. I wouldn't really concern too much with this particular one. Right, and you know, the beautiful thing, BTC, I mean, Ethereum is overpowering BTC. So that's really cool. I mean, for us, the first target would be, so if we are going to be looking at the ETH dominance against BTC, then the first target would be this 0.6. The second target would be this particular zone here, which is the 0.07. And the third target would be the previous all-time high, I believe. I don't think it's the all-time high. I think this, hold on. I think it's not the all-time high. Give me a second. Let me just double check if this was the all-time high or we had a previous one. Give me a second. Just check. No, this is the previous all-time high, guys. So basically we need to get back to this level. So once upon a time, as you can see, this was back in 2017, right? 2017, we had a 0.12 Ethereum basically. So that's where we need to go. That would be our all-time high, and we're nowhere near that. But however, it is very bullish from where we are recently, you know, where you need, I mean, for 1 BTC you could have bought 100, well, not 100, but a good amount of Ethereum. But now it's becoming less and less, so for 1 BTC you're going to be able to buy less Ethereum. That's the whole key here. Moving into BTC dominance, that's something very important I have to show to you. See the BTC dominance here. There's a sad news here. We have an ascending wedge, and an ascending wedge always breaks down, but it's actually not bearish, it's actually bullish. What I mean by that is BTC dominance dropping, right, means that altcoins will be pumping. That's all it means, guys. When BTC dominance drops, it just means altcoins will be pumping, nothing more. If BTC dominance goes up, means BTC will be leading, but we already know Ethereum's leading. That's why Ethereum's dominance is moving upwards. Right, let me activate this. Right, Ethereum's dominance is moving upward, and you can see a few days ago Ethereum dominance broke out of the trend. It broke out of the trend line and it started to shoot up, you know, and it's already broken this neckline, which was the point of control. As you can see here, it broke the control, and now it's looking for this upper band here and it's trying to move up. So dominance is really showing that the alts are leading, Ethereum is leading, and it's just awesome. Let's move into BTC and see what BTC does. So this is a interesting chart I've just made. I was sitting here all morning actually doing this, and what I was using this VPVR to give me a range and tell me exactly where we will face the problems, right? So what I wanted to do, I wanted to do like a step up, and I say, okay, how far can we go? And what would be the situation? Now, you remember we talked about the Fibonacci 1618, and I can show you this with this particular one on the previous videos. And we did, guys, look, exactly as we mentioned, that we said, okay, if we can't hold one specific level, we might go to another level. And we did those. But we're not going to talk about those right now. This is not what we're here for. We're here to see where can we face our biggest problems. Now, we can see our biggest issue was around this area where the bears were in total control. Around here, when we hit those lows, bears lost control. Okay, that's it. Very simple. Bears lost control. We can see the point of control is around this particular level here, right? So this area here is the point of control, which kind of coincides with where the Fibonacci is. It's actually the 36,000 level, so almost close to 37,000. This particular orange line you can see. So this is where we are in point of control. We've attempted to break out of this and we got rejected. But the beautiful thing about this is when we got rejected in a very low traffic zone. And I see that as a very, very bullish sign. So we had a nice little correction here, and the reason we had a correction, remember, we had I think a 9 or 10 day streak here where we kept on pumping. So it's perfectly normal for us to come down here. And if we did have this particular bounce, I'm seeing some awesome stuff here. Actually, I want to do it with this. Let me show you. So just for the sake of this video, right, let's just show you this. So if what I'm seeing is this, and I'll change the color in a bit, right? So we had a bottom here, so you can see this low was here, right? From this point, if we did see something, let's just put it here for now. I'm just going to put it here for now, and I'm going to change the color for you. Give me a second. Change the color for you as well, so you can actually see this properly. Also make it larger. There we are. Right, let's do this. So what you're seeing here, all right, we could easily have a bounce like this, and that's really, really healthy, right? And the reason you can see this, and I want to show you this, I'll draw a box here. So you see this area here. This is our where we're going to have point of control, and up to here we've got point of control. So we're looking at this red zone and this red zone. This would be our point of control, right? So what we want to do, and let me change the color on this one as well, so it's easier for everybody to guess what's going on. So the point of control is actually this peak here, this peak here. This is the point of control. We want to take over this control, right? We want to take over this control. So we can see that from here, when we do come back this time, we don't really have much traffic, so we can easily break through this. We will see a little bit of resistance around this $45,000 level, all the way to this $46,000 level approximately, right? So 45. So this 45 range here, we can see a bit of traffic here. Once we break past this 45 level, nothing here. So these blue boxes represent nothing, right? So let's get rid of this. You can see the blue boxes represent nothing. So these are like low traffic zone, high traffic zone, low traffic zone, high traffic zone, if that makes any sense to you, right? So these are the points we need to break above. And then we've got this particular range here at the $50,000 level. So $50,000 to $51,000 level, we've got a free space. Then the only traffic we have is around this 55,000 to approximately here, 58,000. And if you look carefully after this, guys, we have nothing. We have absolutely nothing. The only thing we have is off to the races, right? We're going to the moon, right? And I'm not being a moon boy here, but I'm just trying to say this is the likelihood scenario if this bull market continues. Also you might see that I've got two different Fibonacci's here. I've got the one for moving forward and one for basically what if we go down, right? And we can see that the lows that we could have expected would have come up to here. This would have been the low. So we could have seen a pattern where we might have come up to here and then do this bounce, right? So everything here looks pretty good, because remember, if we come here, this 21K, that would have invalidated the whole bull market, and we could have been in a prolonged bear cycle for months. And we talked about this on previous videos as well. So I hope you understand on this particular one, everything looks good, but just understand that you are going to see these particular situations where the volume is low. You're going to see BTC hovering around these low volumes, but Ethereum is going to be pumping, right? And it's right now, remember, it has nothing to do with, obviously the London hard fork is the fees, but they're not going to be activated or in effect or impacted, or you will be able to notice them yet, because ETH fees are going to be something. Buy what? Thanks, bro. It's okay. I'm not into passive income. I'm a hodler. I buy and hold. I'm holding until 2030. Thank you very much for your recommendation anyway. I do appreciate it. What was I saying? So yeah, I mean, for everybody to figure out the fees and everything, remember, fees are going to be most likely for people who interact with smart contract for yield farming and this and that, right? Fees will probably attract some people off other networks to try out Ethereum now. But by the time it resolves, we're going to need definitely a few more weeks, in my opinion, and then we're going to have a drama in between that. So this is really critical to understand that this is a drama. This is an absolute drama. This is pure disagreement. 100%. 100%. That means 100% disagreement. Bro Kamal, let me say something. So for me, it's not about small time gains. How would I explain this? I don't know how to explain this. Put it this way, I've been in it since 2015. So for me, chasing small gains would actually end up losing a lot more. So rather than risking my capital, I have my own keys, my own private keys in my own wallet. And over time, my percentage gains are thousands of percent compared to small time gains. So handing over your crypto to somebody else is actually a lot of risk. If you, I mean, depends on how much your risk tolerance is and how many crypto you're holding. Most of the guys who know me personally, who watch all my videos, they know that I'm a hodler and I'm hodling until 2030, and I entered in 2015. You can do the maths and you can see what I'm targeting. So for me, these small little gains and this and that, not that fast. I have tested out other platforms who give you like, 6-7%. Great. Those are not bad for small passive income, but even then I don't trust them, I'll be honest with you. When you talk about income every 60 minutes, bro, the more money you're chasing and the bigger the promises, usually it's the biggest scam out there. They just do a rug pull and go with your money. So just be careful. That's what I'm going to say to you. I mean, you do you, I do me, but I'm not into these passive income and whatnot and this and that. Don't trust it. Don't believe it. My coins, my crypto, my freedom. That's what I believe in, end of the day. And when it comes to percentage, I'm always going to be better off than everybody else, right? Because of when I entered. So I just play very cautiously. I'm never chasing hypes, or I'm never chasing these things. Trust me, I've seen people get destroyed. There's a few programs, like there was one called BitConnect. I don't know if you knew BitConnect. It was a crypto based in London, actually, funnily. And they were showing serious gains, like 1% every day or whatever, something like this, right? People got wrecked, because they'd done a rug pull and they vanished. And there are plenty more like this, by the way, plenty more. Remember, listen, crypto doesn't give you anything for free. Crypto, if you buy crypto like BTC or something like this, these are deflationary. So over time, they will always have bigger value. We believe in that. And if you're a believer in that, you're always going to make more, right? Like, for example, a lot of people jumped into crypto very recently because of the hype. And most of my viewers know this very well. I'm more excited about crypto when the market's down. And I'm actually kind of worried when the market's up, because it's not sustainable. If the market stays at a lower price and has a better curve, right? So what we're talking about, I'll just show you this here, right? Just quickly show you this here, and you'll understand. Let's get rid of this. I don't need this. Let's activate. All right, let me just show you this, then you'll understand what I'm trying to say, bro. Right, you see this particular chart here, this log chart here, right? What you're seeing is basically over time, doesn't matter where you are, over time, we're always going to have bigger prices. So people who entered here, they bought it for like pennies, right? Pennies. And now basically look where they are. And this is what the power of hodling is. On a short term, you're going to be chasing some percentage gains, and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to make some serious money. Someone's promising me to make 10%, 20%, 50%, whatever. Bro, money doesn't grow on trees, and crypto doesn't grow on trees. There's always a catch. We know there's only 21 million Bitcoins ever to exist. So if someone promises to give me free Bitcoins, I've got a problem with that, because how the hell are you getting those free Bitcoins? Number one question. And why would you give it away knowing what Bitcoin is going to be worth? So other than that, I'm not going to talk any more on this subject because I think it's a bit of a stupid subject to talk on. But ultimately, listen, you do you, I do me, you know, each to their own. That's all I can say. But here on this channel, I try to keep the audience and viewers 2 steps ahead, and always try and warn them regarding these scams and whatnot, potential scams probably. I mean, some of them probably not, but potential scams. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I mean, if you're new to the channel, if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button, subscribe to support the channel, and I'll catch you on a few other, I mean, I'm going to do more videos like this, obviously. But remember, guys, this doesn't look good, and this is going to be definitely going to throw us 2 different coins. So this video was for everybody in the community. Please be prepared. You don't have much time, because these are last minute things that, you know, these guys have updated, right? Some of these, you know, they're just letting us know now. So you have to understand that a lot of this information people don't have, or people haven't searched. So please go to your exchange. If you're in an exchange, find out if they are going to give you the second coin, and, you know, make the most of that. Obviously, if you're not, then my advice is take it off to a cold storage or something and put it there, because you don't have much time left. This looks highly likely we're going to have a second coin, and if we do, then there might be a massive dump coming, as I said, right? So other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I hope this video was informative. I hope everybody found value, and I hope you like and share and subscribe with one another if you find value. And I'm going to be doing a lot more shorts as well, so if I see another update or something, I'll probably just throw another YouTube shorts or something. So make sure to turn your notifications or press all, and we go there. So yeah, other than that, guys, you know, lots of love. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Really appreciate you guys coming over. You know, also all the new subscribers, thank you very much. I've seen a massive surge of subscribers in the last few days. Really appreciate that. Channel's growing. It's beautiful. Just looking at it. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one. Adios, my amigos.